Can 100-year-old method still beat today's markets? That's exactly why I am here. Hello, my name is Bijal Khatiwala, an ex banker and now a corporate and POSH trainer, and I'm here to gather real feedback on the WD Gann Method course conducted by the renowned Mr. Niraj M Suratwala, who has been specializing in this methodology for over 14 years. Today we have amongst us Mr. Dhruv Tandon, who shall be giving us the real feedback on the WD Gann method course.
Hi.
So, hello, Mr. Dhruv Tandon. Welcome, and how have you been?
All good, all good. Thank you so much.
Okay, so to begin with, could you introduce yourself, like your profession, your years of work experience, and how long have you been trading?
All right, so my full name is Dhruv Tandon. I've been in the pharma business. I'm the fourth generation sitting, so it's a 70-year-old business. We do pharmaceutical wholesaling to institutions, to some government supplies, etc., etc. That's the basic framework. As per the trading part, I've been doing it, I think, for the past 6 years now, 6, 7 years now. So
Okay.
that's been the journey. And yes, that I think that wraps up the questions.
Okay, that was a wonderful introduction. So, how did you encounter Mr. Niraj M. Suratwala and what made you choose him as your tutor?
All right, so pretty interesting. I think when I started off, I was looking for, so I think somebody um, talked about WD Gann, and I started researching here and there. But I got, I think years back, I got the first, LinkedIn post of Niraj sir somewhere, but it got lost, so, and I was like, acha, theek hai, whatever happened happened. And I did a couple of courses here and there, and again one day it popped up. I'm like, yeah, this I really gotta go deep into this because this is very interesting. So I think that was the point where I just texted him, and I think that's all there.
Okay. So, can you brief regarding the experience of learning this method? Any favorite strategies of yours in this method?
All right, so I think the favorite has, of course, been the octave because, see, again, he teaches a wide aspect from your day trading to etc. etc. But being a businessman, I don't really have the whole time that I log in at 9:30 and I'm logging off at 3. So I gotta separate that from my day job. So I think the swings in something what is something what I relate to, and octave strategy that Neeraj sir teaches is, I think, one of the best ones there.
Okay. So, WD Gann theory is an old method. So, can you
Hmm.
brief that why there is a need of such method in these modern times and what is so special about the method?
Okay, so most to see again, as I said, I have already taken a couple of courses here and there, but we're all just talking about the price aspect of it, and the time aspect is something which we really miss. The y-axis is something which we really overlook, and we don't even connect that this is something that we can jump into, and something or the other can happen here or might be happening here. So I think that's a very good part, and I think that is what makes it the most interesting.
Okay. So, do you think that such methods can be learned only by the trained traders, professionals like you, people having good work experience? Or do you think that this course is for anyone, like even the freshers can learn this method?
I think the freshers, if I had come as a fresher, I would know, I would have a little more edge, I would say. I think having a little more training does help, of course. I mean that may be just my perspective because I have already had some experience with trading and day swings and here and there. That's why I say maybe it helped me a little more because again, if somebody again has to teach from what a candlestick is, it of course gonna take a little more time and energy to really come to a point wherein he's talking as a peer rather than as a teacher and a student. That's the thing. So that is there. And what was the second part of your question? I forgot.
So I just mentioned that, do you think that this course is for anyone, like even for the freshers, they also can
Yes,
learn
yes,
this
yes.
method?
Yes. I think the freshers will benefit quite a bit. I want Neeraj sir to keep it hidden, but but I'm of course, jokes apart, it is something very interesting, and I think anybody who already has done technical analysis, or is into this, even if somebody who's just a fundamental investor should take this up, because it would really give you an edge on how you think look at the market now.
Okay. So in today's digital world of, YouTube, Google, print media, and now that, ChatGPT and many AI tools are around, which give you a lot of information free of cost about, any subject like trading and all. So why did you choose some individual to teach you in person?
See, when you see, learning can be done. So let me take Gann for example. I studied about, I think Gann has written 6 or 7 books. I've gone through them a couple of times before even coming to what Neeraj sir does. But the whole essence that you have to be taught from somebody who's already done this, because in the books or even on chat gpt it will give you a very generic answer, that this is happening, but what is the really funda of it? How do you really imply that? That is where you really need a person. And I think with that, this much amount of technicality, somebody who's doing it personally is gonna of course give you a better chance to express yourself, and the person also understands you a little more, rather than you're sitting in a class of batch of 30, 40, whatever, that most of the people hesitate that "Oh, I want to ask this question, I might just sound very stupid in front of the 30 people. Are just what is all this? I mean, you gotta have that edge when somebody's talking to you directly. So you can ask most foolish doubts. I have done that. So I think that really helps. I don't think it will be that beneficial if it is being taught in a class, because there's a lot of details, a lot of ifs and buts and exceptions, which you would really miss out if the whole shenanigan is going on. So I think on that part, Neeraj sir does a really good job.
Truly said, truly said. So, like in this world of crypto, commodities, gold, silver, and all, do you think that these methods like WD Gann theory can really help in effective trading?
I think so, because I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I made my money on silver with this rally with just his analysis. I mean, of
Okay.
course, see how I would keep it is that, okay, fine. Most of the people know how macro is working, or what the news is going on, etc., etc. But once you see a confluence of what the charts are telling you, or what his strategies are telling you, and what you're hearing in the news, if you confluence both of them, it gives you a really good push to take that step forward. Or also that some of his strategies are like, okay, fine, this will happen, you don't know what might happen, you don't know when it might happen, but x number of things will happen. So maybe if you're a little more risky investor, like if for me, I would like to take a little bit risk at the first stage itself. So I think it gives me that little bit of edge as well, that before the event happens, already know, okay, fine, this is all is planned, this is how I'm going to do it, this is what is done. So it gives you that little more edge to the other people out there.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So, again, market is getting tough day by day. So, after learning WD Gann method, are you able to handle the volatility of this market? If yes, then how?
See, after his thing, it becomes easier. To be very honest, it becomes a little more simplified. You're looking at bigger picture. You're looking at a macro level. You're looking at I never looked into monthly charts and how things are happening. I was more like, okay, fine. If maximum I'm looking at is a weekly chart, that too maybe once a week. That okay, fine. If there's something really worth noticing, but after the course, I think majorly I'm looking at just monthlies and weeklies. I barely go on a daily too, and it really, as you said, I cut down on that daily noise, that daily nonsense of today it's up, today it's down. I don't really care. This is my targets. This is what I know. I'm gonna work on this. So I got a little more clarity on what should be done on my part, and I think that is what worked out for me.
Okay. So from your answers, it seems that you've already traded as per the WD Gann method. So I would just like to know, what are your pre and the post trading experience and which strategy you used or you're comfortable with?
So, as I said, the most that I use is the octave that he teaches. It's a very different lens through which now I see the markets. Initially, of course, I was just trading on maybe a couple of indicators that, okay, fine. If XYZ macro is doing fine and my XYZ indicators do fine, let's say my RSI is doing okay, my pivots come to out to be fine, my moving averages are looking okay, I would then take the risk. And maybe of course I'll hit a stop loss, or maybe it will again give me a 15% drawdown, and then I'll have to wait and see what is to be done. I'll analyze myself here, because he's teaching you the time aspects. I think the basic thing is you develop a lot of patience, that uh, I have to wait for it to come to a right level and a right time to buy as well. So it is not just before the course it was always like, okay, fine, if this price touches we'll buy. No, now it is more like, okay, fine, this event might happen. And so you got to keep that little more patience on your trading style. So I think, and I was looking into something of this sort itself, that I want somebody to develop that little more patience in me, to and even to hold the trades. It is not just to okay, fine, it comes, you buy. No, it is also like, okay, fine, even though the daily nonsense is happening, even if the stock moved up 10% on a circuit, most people will be like, okay, fine, I have parked in a little bit of money, let me book it. Why do you want to book it now when you already know that X thing is your target, and it might be achieved in X number of days, or whatever the scenes might be. So the patience is something which really matters here, I think. And that is what I learned from him.
Okay. So it seems you are a big fan of WD Gann method now. So can we have a recommendation or few words to the viewers or the people about WD Gann method of learning from Mr. Niraj M Suratwala? And please feel free to say whatever you want, the positives, negatives, if any, whatever.
No, I think it's gonna be pretty positive, because see, I have been looking, as I said, already been looking into WD Gann. I already read his books, but I read the authors that have tried to interpret his books, but
Okay.
you don't really get the juice out of it, because it is still very superficial, very very secretive on how Gann wrote his stuff. I think Neeraj sir has decoded that in a very simplified manner, I would say. So it helps you, again, it really gives you an edge if you have the time edge. You already, let's say somebody who's already trading, who's already, or even beginning, okay, fine, there will be 99 tools out there who are telling you or mimicking what the price is doing, but what would the time do? That is something which is very new, very important, I would say. So I think for anybody who's looking into starting Gann stuff, I don't think there's anybody better than Neeraj sir to really dive into that.
Okay. So, Mr. Dhruv Tandon, we bring our feedback session to a close now. And I want to express that it was delightful conversing with you. I wish
Thank you.
you and your family continued success in the revolutionary future that lies ahead.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
and wishing you a fantastic day ahead.
Bye bye.